Welcome back to Daybreak Extra, and now we'll be talking to a dietitian. Now, dieting is a practice of eating food in a regulated way to decrease, maintain, or increase body weight to prevent, of course, and to treat diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and the rest. But now we are in the month of Ramadan, and people are wondering what to eat, and how to eat it. What can you eat during Ramadan to help you with your dieting process in order for you not to lose, the process or the progress that you have made all through time. So joining us in the studio is Miss Aisha Kakudi. She is a public health nutritionist. She's here to discuss how dieting and eating the right food add health benefits, of course, to your body. So welcome, Aisha.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank you for joining. So tell us about dieting in general, say for people that people have been hearing about dieting, but not really, people haven't gotten like deep to, understanding on what dieting is. So walk us through that.
People have a lot of misconception about dieting, and dieting is just the way of life. It is the foods you consume on a daily and the beverages you consume as well. Yeah, they think there is more to that, but literally that's just dieting.
Okay, so a lot of people, as far as I know from school, there's 7 classes of food, right? Even though some believe there are 3 classes of food right now. But a lot of people seem to think you have to drop some of these classes of food to for the others, like you drop anything that's fatty, anything that's carbohydrate and everything, and then focus on protein, vitamins, and and all that. Would you say that is so, or are all classes of food as important?
All classes of food are important, especially carbohydrates, because it is the main source of energy to the brain and to the body. So you cannot say you're just going to leave one source and consume the rest. No, you need all the sources of food to have the amount of energy you need in the body. Yes, you need to have adequate amount of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, nuts and oils, nuts and seeds as well.
He also talks about dieting. Right, when you diet, you have better health. Is it possible for one to diet and not fall sick at all?
Well, that's going to be hard because it's the human nature to fall sick. But if you consume good foods, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually fall sick because your body has strong immune system. Yeah, so it's going to be very difficult for you to fall sick.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on Nigerian meals generally, right? Nigerian meals, most people believe it's more carbs than anything, because you have this swallow, that swallow, you have so many swallows and all that. What are your thoughts on, Nigerian food? Is it healthy?
Nigerian food is healthy, but the way they produce it, the way they cook it is not healthy. Mainly, whenever we're cooking our swallows or something, the soup especially, it has more oil than vegetables inside, or more protein. Usually, like most people, they only consume one portion of protein, and that's not enough. You need adequate amount of protein, vegetables, and carbohydrates. And most times, whenever people are consuming food, it's usually either jollof rice, fried rice, or white rice. They never diversify their foods. So, but Nigerian food is actually healthy as long as they eat it moderately in the right proportions. Yeah.
Okay, at first I was thinking, with Nigerian food, we cannot do dieting at all. Because we've seen how these Westerners, the white, use or refine, just add 1 or 2 things, and then I'll be like, but this is the same rice we have here.
Exactly.
And all we have is rice, yam, you start calling the names and all
that rice, to make jollof rice, do you know how many ingredients you use to make jollof rice?
Exactly. So honestly, while I was growing up, I thought in Nigeria, we cannot do that. It's not for Africa at all. But when I saw the Westerners incorporating things, I've started having a bit of understanding. So for us Nigerians, I'm very sure there are lots of people that have same thoughts as me. What are the ingredients that you need to do? How do you balance this food? How do you have rice and yam? Basically, that's our main food apart from the swallows. How do you get this food to fits in the picture of like an amazing balanced diet, you know, for you to diet into getting that particular healthy lifestyle that you want?
Okay, with rice, there are a lot of varieties you can cook your rice. So make sure whenever you're cooking your rice, you use minimum oil. Yeah, the more oil you use, it increases the calories of the food. Especially aside from rice, maybe with your protein, fish, beef, chicken. Whenever you fry it, it increases the calories by 50 to 75%, and that's very high.
Interesting.
That is why most people have difficulties in losing weight or trying to balance their diet. But whenever they're trying to eat food, like half of it should be fiber, quarter should be protein, and quarter should be carbohydrate. That's the best way to balance your food.
I'm going to hold on to that and understand more. Okay, when we mention fiber, you have a question. I want to go deep. Let me see if it relates well. When you mention fiber, like for the first thing that comes to my mind, and I hope that I don't mess up on national TV, is plantain. It carries fiber?
Yeah, it has fiber.
Okay, then I'm correct. So lots of people wouldn't know what food classify under this fiber and protein. So can you go a bit detail on that for us to understand
I'm sorry,
that?
before you answer that,
Yes.
I'm a little surprised that the first thing she went to was plantain. When you have alkama, you have wheat. We're talking about swallows. Wheat is fiber, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What about tuwo dawa?
It is fiber as well. It has fiber
You
in
went to
it.
plantain.
Tuwo dawa.
Oh, you're spoiled.
I'm not into $1 for.
Or kunun dawa.
No.
It's still fiber.
Let's go back to plantain.
It's still fiber. Plantain, whenever you want to cook it, it's best you either boil it or you grill it. And yeah, for you to have the maximum nutrients in the plantain. But aside from plantain, yam has a lot of fiber. Gari has a lot of fiber.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, cassava has a lot of fiber. Beans also has fiber. It has protein as well, and it has carbohydrates as well. So all these foods, they have lots of fiber. Like she said, tuwon dawa, millets, acha also has fiber. So those are the things we should be incorporating in our meals.
Okay, not as much. But you said that if we're going to incorporate, we need to add a bit of, you know, protein and a fiber. So a healthy, say, would you consider gari, that's eba, and say egusi soup? You know, would it be considered with, of course, beef, you know, let's say with chicken or fish, would that be considered a healthy meal?
Yes, it will be considered as a healthy meal, but then it depends on how you cook it as well. Because egusi, it's fat, it's seeds, yeah, it has lots of fat in it.
Okay.
Yes. So if you're going to cook it, you have to minimize the oil you use. And maybe if you're obese, for example, or you're overweight, you might want to cut down on egusi at the moment, and then
Interesting.
yes,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
and then focus on other.
Sorry, what about ogbono? It's seeds too.
It's yeah.
Do you need? It's fat. It's fattening too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
If
Okay, no, go ahead.
if you have like maybe diabetes, or if you have obesity, you can reduce it, and then later when it's managed, you can then incorporate it into your meals.
Oh, interesting. I never knew
Truly
that.
interesting.
You know, some would actually say since ogbono is drawy, you know, that it will just flush out your tummy and help you diet and everything. But what I want to actually know is, now you talked about even if you're eating rice or carbs, incorporating it, is it important for you to have all the 7 classes of food, you know, in a meal?
You don't need to have it in one particular meal. You can divide it in all your meals.
For a day?
Yes.
So, but it's important for you to have it in a day. All the 7 classes.
It doesn't have to be the 7 classes
Okay.
of. You can have maybe 5 or 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as you have it, that's all that matters.
Okay, so talking, you know, in Nigeria, there's a classification of food. The way she made it seem as though I'm spoiled with the plantain thing, and then there is the millet and all that. So if we all believe that there is tuwo, and then the rice is for like the enjoyment and all that. So that's the belief of a typical Nigerian. And I think apart from the rice, it's the spaghettis that we have. So having this type of food, we've talking about how you can, decorate or, cook your swallows with. But what about this rice and spaghettis? We know that vegetables is a necessity when it comes to dieting. How can you incorporate these things into cooking your rice and spaghettis and indomie? Let's talk about indomie. A lot of people are saying that it also it increases weight. Is that
noodles,
true?
noodles.
Yes,
Noodles.
Yes, it's true. It's not good for your health.
Oh my
Actually.
Some people say it's made from plastic. I'm not sure.
No, it's not made from plastic. It's made from refined grains, but it's not the healthiest because even in an instant noodle, the seasoning pack alone, like most times whenever people are cooking it, they cook 2 packs because one is not enough. It's never enough. And then whenever they cook the 2 packs, they add the seasoning, they add other seasonings inside it as well. Whenever those seasoning packs, just the 2, it's like the total sodium level of the day you're supposed to consume. And aside from that indomie, you're going to consume other foods that have sodium in it. So it's going to increase your sodium levels, which is bad for your health.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, I have a question regarding the noodles eating and on health matters, but just help us elaborate more on the vegetables, fruits, incorporating them into your normal day in cooking.
Ideally, you're supposed to have up to like 5 to 6 servings of fruits and vegetables in a day. Ideally. So whenever you're trying to cook maybe your rice, you can make it with salad without adding much dressings, just maybe drizzle olive oil and lemon.
Lemon.
That's good. Or you can just make stir fry as well. That's good as well, as long as you just find a way to incorporate
I'm sorry,
vegetables.
You're talking about now the dressing, salad dressing, right?
Yeah.
How healthy is mayonnaise?
Well,
Because from what I've seen, it's made from olive oil and eggs.
Yes.
Right, raw eggs, by the way.
as long as you don't have any health problems, you can consume it, but you have to be conscious about the consumption of
I
mayonnaise.
asked that because a lot of people who actually do keto go
Avoid
for yes. No, they don't avoid it.
Oh, okay.
They eat it a lot.
Oh.
Yes, they do.
I thought it was said that it contains
Nah.
a lot of fat.
Yeah, it has fat.
That's the olive
That's
oil.
the
Oh, you
oil
said
is not.
olive oil. Olive oil, is it fattening?
It's every oil is fattening.
Oh,
That
wow.
was the question I wanted to ask. There's this confusion where it says that only the, say, vegetable oils, like all the other natural oils that we have, that those are fattening. But when it comes to palm oil, it's different. How true is that?
No, they're all fattening.
Our parents always believe it's more healthier
banga
than the
soup
others.
that is made from palm oil, solely palm oil. It's like a no-no when you want to diet, right?
No.
Because you're eating oil soup, not.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't advise it, but like I said, you can always consume it once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to be conscious about your consumption of it. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Okay, so tell us more about incorporating vegetables, like the importance of, say, there's a lot of vegetables
Vegetable
there
and
and
spices as well.
spices on the screen. Which, as a health nutritionist, what would be your advice, like your pick on telling people, okay, when you're doing this, pick on this particular kind of vegetables, of course, the ones available in the country?
Okay, I wouldn't pick out some particular vegetables because each vegetable is important and each vegetable has its nutrients to the body. So it depends on you as the patient or the client, like what do you want, what do you prefer, what do you like. Just whenever you're cooking it, make sure you don't overcook it because whenever you overcook it, it loses its nutrients. So whenever you're cooking your vegetables, make sure you cook it in a way that it does not lose its nutrients and you get to enjoy it at the same time as well.
Okay, talking about vegetables, a lot of Nigerians seem to have dumped spinach for ugu leaves. Which is healthier?
They're both healthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're
I
laughing.
know
You're one
one
of
is
them.
better than all.
You're one of them.
Okay, incorporated smoothies. People are finding it difficult, or should I say expensive, because of the prices, of course, increase in fruits and vegetables. But people think it's only you can only make smoothie from fruits. Can you incorporate vegetables also into your smoothie in order for you to have like a healthy of meal?
There's a lot of controversy about it.
Okay.
Yes, there's a lot of controversy. There are some studies that says it's not good to incorporate vegetables with fruits, and especially whenever you're making smoothies, some add milk or other dairy products. So so I'm not sure about that because of the controversy. There are different studies that's that
So
links
to be on
that.
the safer side, for now, do not do it.
Yes.
Avoid doing it.
Yes.
I'm
Just
sorry,
make
oh.
sure your fruits are different and veggies are different.
You talked about dairy products, right? What about soy milk, soybeans in general? Because there are lots of controversies. Today you have so many people coming out to say this particular, kind of food is very important to the health and the body and everything. And tomorrow someone comes with a counter, whatever about that particular meal. So it's quite confusing for you to keep up. So how important is soy milk?
Soy milk is important. You don't need to take it, but if you like it, why not? Yes, you don't need to take it because it's just like every other food.
Okay.
It's important. It has its own benefits. It has its own nutrients. As long as you don't have any medical condition that is stopping you from taking it, then
Because some people actually
just
say
take
it
it.
helps with muscle health.
yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
And it doesn't contain much fat.
Yeah.
That's the
It
question.
has
of
fat.
every
Everything
person.
has fat.
Everything has fat, but it might not be as much as another milk.
Okay.
Well, just before we go, right? How many calories should, or how much calories should one actually take in a day? And I want to even ask you about how to even go ahead calculating these calories. But how much calories should one have in a day to be termed, healthy?
Okay. In that aspect, usually we do BMI test, and then that determines the amount of calories you can consume in a day.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
can
So
get
your
this
weight,
test done
it
in a
depends on your
hospital.
weight.
Yeah, it depends on your weight and your height.
On your hands.
Height.
Okay, height. Oh.
Okay, so you have to go to a public hospital, yeah, for you to.
It doesn't have to be a public hospital. There are so many clinics that, or you can just visit a dietitian as long as you have your weight and your height, and then that can get sorted out for you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Aisha Kakudi. We enjoyed, of course, this segment with you today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, and that is all, of course, on this segment of Daybreak Extra. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
All right, well, we've actually come to the end of Daybreak Extra on Trust TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back again, same time, same station, next week, Saturday. I'm Dasha and Husseina Usman. Have a wonderful weekend.
And I am Sumaya Abubakar. I hope that you enjoyed, of course, today's show with us. Until next time, and don't go nowhere, of course. Adini Atishafe will be coming in with the sports, so make sure you stay tuned to the TV. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.